Okay, everybody, what's going on? Good afternoon. The injury report is out, the first injury report of the week for the Seahawks and the Colts. So let's take a look here, starting with the Seahawks side of things. The list is fairly long, but once again, I don't see a lot here that is super alarming at this point in time. Once you drill down into it, you realize that it's just kind of minor stuff here and there, and there's every reason to believe we're going to have pretty much everybody, if not basically everybody, ready to go on Sunday. So, Brady Henderson with the tweet. Let's take a look at what we have. I'll zoom in just a little bit here. So, right away, you've got a bunch of players that were just resting today: Ernest Jones, Demarcus Lawrence, Uchenna Nwosu, JSN, and Leonard Williams, all limited, but none of them injured, just resting. Veteran players, players that don't need all that practice time. You guys know the drill by now. This is how things go in football, and it's certainly not bad to see. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you guys about Sleeper. I'll tell you a little secret as well. It's more than just a platform for fantasy leagues. This year, millions of users have enjoyed playing fantasy sports on Sleeper, but there's so much more to it. You have live stats, real-time updates of all stats. You have a news feed with lightning-fast updates on players and teams, and a real-time chat where you can engage with other users about plays, performances, games, all kinds of stuff during the sports season. So download Sleeper, experience it for yourself, and don't forget to use my promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit, and pair that with their new promo that will give you a free $20 entry, no deposit needed. So you can use both of those promos. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and going. So check out Sleeper today and use those promos. All right, so on to the actual injuries. We've got a few things going on here that don't seem to be affecting the player radically, like AJ Barner still with the ankle, so less than 100%, but full participation today. Also, full participation today was Riley Mills. So, I mean, I don't think he's going to get activated this week. Remember, they did say he was probably going to need the full 3 weeks. As of today, it's been 2 weeks. So look for Riley Mills to probably get activated next week, but I would definitely go ahead and give him the one more week before we sign off on that. Cody White, full participation with the abdomen injury. And finally, Derek Young, full participation with the quadriceps. So if we need him, he will be activated. I'm not sure that we really need him right now. All he was doing was returning kicks. Maybe we don't bother. But regardless, Derek Young, full participant. And now let's get to some of the more meaningful stuff. So Elijah, well, actually, let's save Arroyo for the end here. Limited participation. We got Julian Love with a hamstring. So easing his way back in. Hopefully he can at least play most of the game. If he can play most of the game, then it's a clear ramp up to the point where he can play the whole game against the Rams, and it'll feel like a natural progression. So good there. Ty Okada, limited participation with the oblique and shoulder. I believe the shoulder's new, but again, it's Wednesday. Limited participation is usually fine. Jaron Reed, limited with a wrist injury and a thumb injury. I feel like the thumb injury, well, I feel like one of these is new, but I could be wrong. Either way, it doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem. If you're limited on Wednesday, you are probably going to be good to go by Sunday. Eric Saubert, who was returning from IR this week, like we talked about in the earlier video, with the calf injury, limited. So got a chance. Also with a chance is Jalen Sundell, knee injury, limited. So again, it's looking pretty good for both those guys. Maybe they miss one more week. Does seem like they're close. And again, Sundell, I do think he is part of our best starting five on the offensive line, one way or the other. And I think that Saubert is going to have a role if Elijah Arroyo's out. And speaking of Elijah Arroyo, he is your one DNP today with the knee injury, did not participate. The team is already kind of giving indications they do not believe he is going to be on the be available this week. And he may end up being the only one unless you count Riley Mills. So we'll see where things go. But right now, I'm getting the sense that Arroyo will miss a game. Obviously, we can survive it. but this is a tight end heavy team. They like to have their tight ends, even if they don't always throw them the ball. All right, so that is it for the Seahawks. Overall, not bad. So the Colts, they've got a very interesting injury report for this entire week. I think we all want to know what's going on in Indy. So let's drill down to that practice report from today. Let's zoom in on let's zoom out a little bit because it was kind of in your face. Let's see here. We've got a bevy of full participants. We've got Josh Downs, wide receiver. And they are a little bit beat up at the back end of their wide receivers, but it looks like they're going to have plenty of guys this week, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem. Zaire Franklin, one of their starting linebackers, also a full participant, so it looks like everything's fine there. Jalen Jones with the back injury, also full, so almost certainly fine. Alec Pierce with the full participation, so fine. And here's a really interesting one. Riley Leonard listed as a full participant today with the knee injury, which, I mean, as far as the NFL goes, it's not like Riley Leonard's coming off IR. It's not like Riley Leonard has missed the last 2 months of football and he's acclimating himself to the game again. He played in the game a few days ago. So the fact that he's a full participant today implies the knee injury is very minor and shouldn't really impede him in any meaningful way to play on Sunday. And yet we're getting all these indications from the Colts coaching staff that they're going to go with Phillip Rivers. So maybe they genuinely believe that Riley Leonard is worse than Phillip Rivers off the couch. Maybe they genuinely think that Phillip Rivers gives them a better chance of winning a game, which I know Riley Leonard is a third-string quarterback, but I have a very hard time believing that. If he's healthy enough to practice in full on Wednesday, then I don't know if I buy that he would actually be less effective than 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen the clips, but go check them out if you haven't, of Phillip Rivers throwing the football in practice the other day. His workout. And it looks bad. It looks really bad. I could understand Rivers being a better option than Brett Rippon, but Riley Leonard, I mean, he's been on the team, right? He played in a game last week. I don't know. Very, very interested to see how that breaks down. If Riley Leonard practices in full all week, but Rivers gets the start, that is a very harsh condemnation of where they think Riley Leonard is. And he's not a great prospect. He's not some great NFL quarterback, and he doesn't have experience. I get it. There are problems, but man, I would be more concerned about Riley Leonard just because of his mobility. And you know Phillip Rivers has no mobility. He never did, and he certainly doesn't now. Okay, enough about that, though. DeForest Buckner is limited today, so he's probably good to go. Limited on Wednesday means you're probably going to be fine on game day, so every expectation that he'll be there. And then we got some DNPs. Sauce Gardner, DNP. Doesn't seem like he's going to play based on the way people are talking. Don't expect to see Sauce. You've got Anthony Gold here with the foot injury, DNP. Not really a big part of what they do. Not really a big consideration for that team. So not a big loss if they don't have him. You've got Tyquan Lewis with an ankle injury. He was a DNP today, worth monitoring. Not one of their best players, but a player. And Braden Smith, I didn't know about this one, working through a concussion and a neck injury, DNP, so the odds seem stacked against him. The issue that I'm seeing here, the issue I'm not seeing here is where is Charvarius Ward? I was told by Adam Schefter, in fact, that he was going to be in concussion protocol this week, so if he's in concussion protocol, he should certainly be here. I don't know if they just forgot or if maybe they realized he doesn't actually have a concussion. I don't know. But it is very interesting if they actually have him, because that would at least be a mild saving grace from not having Sauce Gardner. So I don't know what's going on there. I haven't seen anything new about it. As far as I know, he is working through a concussion, and if he is, there's no way he plays this weekend. But maybe he got put on injured reserve and I just didn't see it, but I didn't see it, so I don't know what to say. Okay, that's it. that's what we got on Wednesday here. Let me know what you guys think down below. See you guys soon. Go Hawks. And it's going to be at least one more video later today, by the way, so keep an eye out on that. For that. See ya.